Immigration laws and policy have been changing at breakneck speed over the past 2 years, since President Trump began his second term. The changes have left a lot of immigrants living in fear and afraid to speak out because of what might happen to them. This week on WUWM's immigration podcast, Status Pending, WUWM's Jimmy Gutierrez talks with Yessenia Ruano about her forced deportation last year and what she and her family went through.
Over the past few years, when we are talking about immigration, there have been a few stories in Wisconsin that you've probably heard of. And I would say the face of these conversations, the changing laws, and especially deportation, without a doubt, is Yessenia Ruano.
I started in Alba in 2017. I work with different levels since sixth graders, K-4 kids.
Yessenia was a teacher's aide at Alba. That's an elementary school here in Milwaukee.
Oh, when it's raining time, I sing with them. Si las gotas de lluvia fueran de caramelo, me encantaría estar ahí.
Yessenia is from a small mountain village in El Salvador. And growing up, her family did not have much, but she always had big dreams.
Since I was 11, I had a dream to go to the university, and I never knew how could I get that goal.
At 14, she moved from her village to live with her aunt and uncle, who lived closer to better schools. Yessenia became the first person in her family to graduate from college. But soon, everything would change. She says her family was targeted by local gangs. She received death threats, and her older brother was murdered. So were friends of hers. In 2011, Yessenia crossed into the U.S. seeking asylum. And for almost 15 years, she lived in Wisconsin in relative peace.
When did things change?
That thing changed on November 2024. Yeah, that's when the storm started. I was struggling for a hard way. I was very scary at this point when the new government started on.
It is only common sense that when I'm reelected, we will begin, and we have no choice, the largest deportation operation in American history.
At the time, Yessenia had a lawyer, one she trusted, but there was a lapse in her status, making her vulnerable at a vulnerable time.
My attorney told me, so, Yessenia, I want to be honest with you, you will be deported. And I can do nothing for you.
A Milwaukee Public Schools teacher's aide has been told by immigration officials to self-deport.
So now a Milwaukee teacher's aide is learning she will be deported.
With tears, holding tight to close friends and family, Yessenia Ruano said goodbye to the life she spent 14 years building.
Yessenia's situation illustrates the absurdity of our immigration laws and the ridiculousness of what we put people through here in the United States.
This is Mark Christopher. He's an immigration attorney in Wisconsin. And around this time, when Yessenia is facing deportation in early 2025, he starts to represent her.
My husband and me, we tell, okay, no more American dreams. We had to go back to El Salvador. Yeah, everything is done right here, right now. And the other part was my daughters.
It wasn't just Yessenia going back. She had a family. What would her husband do? And their twin daughters.
Was very sad because, I work very hard to accomplish every goal, that like a house, a car. And I had to say goodbye for everything that I worked hard for many years.
In June of 2025, Yessenia Ruano, her daughters, and their dog Copitos, or Snowflake, were forced to leave their lives in Milwaukee, heading to a country the girls had never been to, never known. One where the family had no clue how they'd make a living or continue their dreams.
That story was produced by WUWM's Jimmy Gutierrez. Last month, Yessenia and her daughters were able to return to Milwaukee. You can hear her full story on WUWM's immigration podcast, Status Pending.